Hello, my lovely PowerCats, and welcome back to Seers Isle. This is the final chapter of this game, which is pretty cool. I would play this game sooner since school was cancelled for most of this week, but I wanted to stay close to schedule. Where we last left off, Arlen and Rowan were thinking about taking the tree that the Seers used to gave people magic. They're close to the summit, so let's see what happens. We set off again towards the summit. Chapter 7. The Summit. Ooh, I can't wait. After a good 2 hours of walking, at last we reached the ledge. During the ascent, the cold has been biting ever deeper into my skin. I feel I am almost human now. Arlen is a few steps in front of me. I am filled by an oppressive feeling of deja vu, like a weight on my chest. Further on, the flame tree has never been so close. Seeing I've stopped, Arlen turns back. Arlen. Oh, come on, Rowan, we're almost there. Arlen's determination is unshakable. Oh, I love them. They're so cute. I am submerged by an unspeakable dread. Arlen takes my hands in hers. Everything will be okay, Rowan. It's okay to admit you're scared. I'm scared, Arlen. I don't know what's waiting for us up there. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be up there. Like, we saw Jennifer, but is she dead? Is she alive? Like, what's going on there? And we still don't know what happened to Duncan. Like, yeah, the Seers took him, but like, is he dead? Is he just captured? We don't know. Same thing with Freya. Like, where's she? The Seers have her, but again, what happened? Arlen reads my doubts, my hesitation on my face. She puts her arms around my waist and gives me a fervent kiss. I won't let them hurt you, Rowan. I promise. Uh-oh. We walk at a slow but steady pace to the cromlech, which stands at the foot of the flame tree. That looks so cool. The eternal layer of snow which covers the ground of the summit stops at the stone circle, giving way to a welcoming carpet of grass. When we cross the boundary, the biting mountain air changes to the soft warmth of a summer's eve. I shiver. That's magic right there. Above us, the branches of the tree block out the sky as if we had entered a scarlet bower. The waves of magical currents coming from the tree sparkle in the air with a metallic shimmer. On the other side of the cromlech, a group of seers watches our approach, motionless in the silent space of the between two worlds. Their ornate wooden masks once again conceal their expressions and their intent. Arlen seems oblivious to the enchantment which emanates from this place on the frontier of the worlds. She stands at the center of the circle and hails the seers. I do not trust them. Hey, we reached the summit. We've done what you asked of us. Give us what you promised us and let us leave. The seers remain impassive, as if deaf to Arlen's scorn. The trunk of the flame tree is there, a few steps away, almost within reach. Do we have to fight them? Arlen turns to me and shrugs, waiting perhaps for a suggestion. Arlen! I mean, not Arlen. Jennifer! She's back! I knew she wasn't dead, but like, what did they do to her? Is she one of them now? Or did she already, technically reach the flame tree, so she technically is the shaman now? I don't know, but I'm happy she's okay. Suddenly, a familiar figure appears, skirting the tree to come between it and us. I'm happy she's okay. I really am. Oh, that was like a powerful moment I just felt, like, boom, like, ooh. I love that. She still wears her blue dress, but her long red hair is loose, giving her a wild appearance. As if she were one with the magic of the tree, she and it both clad in the same vermilion shroud. Jennifer! Jennifer comes nearer, her head down, her face mournful, as if she reluctantly prepared herself for what is about to happen. You shouldn't be here, Arlen. Why not? You weren't destined to reach the summit. Well, here we are. Arlen seems unnerved by Jennifer's appearance. She looks tired. She takes a step backward. Defend Arlen. Something tells me I shouldn't have reached the summit either, should I? Jennifer turns towards me, her jaw clenched. And yet, here we are. Arlen seems to have recovered her nerve, and she takes a few steps towards the tree. Jennifer watches her, looking frightened. Stop! I refuse to submit to the will of the Seers. Jennifer pulls a dagger from a fold of her dress and brandishes the blade at Arlen. Oh god, no! I swear, if either Arlen or Rowan get hurt, I am going to get really upset. Arlen, please. Arlen laughs. Do you really believe you're going to stop me? The Seers have to begin to strike the ground with their sticks, chanting a ritual incantation in their strange language, which sounds like the wind in the leaves, a rumbling of thunder on the heath. A pain in my stomach makes me stagger. Was she stabbed? Jennifer, in a rush of desperation, throws herself at me with her blade before her. But Arlen intervenes between us. No! No! The unbearable agony drives me to my knees. No! No! Jennifer flounders after me, but Arlen holds her back. No! No! She turns and buries her dagger in Arlen's stomach, but Arlen keeps her grip, leaving the way clear for me. I made a bad decision. Oh. I know what will happen. It has already happened. The Seers can slow me down, but they cannot stop me. I cannot let Arlen die. Come on, Rowan. You can do it. I must not give up. My bisexual queen, come on, get up. 2 more steps and I am at the flame tree. Come on, save them. I plunge my hand to a knot in the trunk. Come on, Rowan. Save Arlen. Behind the bark is a sickening, vicious warmth, as if the shape of the tree hides some animal life at its core. I regret the beating heart of the tree. I don't have the luxury of hesitation. I don't have time to consider. The chain of the Seers rises in the air, sounds in the earth, and the elements seem to respond to the call. I bite down hard into the ebony heart. Oh, dang. I am blinded by the flash of lights. The icy mountain air. She has her powers back. The crimson leaves fall around us in a gleaming rain. Like, didn't she have some kind of power before? Why didn't she use it? Like, she's... Come on. I feel my antlers grow back into my skull. Then the void. Oh, they look like wings. I am flung into the dawn of the ages. I know what awaits me. The unbearable weight in the solitude of the island, when man has not yet walked upon 2 feet. The time of the builders. The mega cataclysm that wiped them from the island. The standing stones swept by the wind, the snow, the torrential rain of the Mabon and saw wind storms. The guardian Seers had descended from their ethereal world to protect the life tree. I cling to my memory of Arlen. So it's like a paradox. It was a paradox. This has happened before. I must not forget, not this time. I watched the heath uncover itself in purple flowers. The grass yellow at Letha. The leaves of 100-year oaks reddening and falling to cover their mossy undergrowth with orange-brown mold. The first snows of Yule. Not a living soul. I waited patiently for their return. Then they arrived. Oh! Oh my gosh. It's a paradox. So this time I was ready to welcome them. Cause it has multiple endings, so that's why it's a paradox, because it'll keep looping until you have all the endings. This time I hadn't forgotten them. They landed on the beach, then headed into the heathland. Arlen stayed alone this time, at the back of the line. I approach her. She sees me. Rowan? You can see me? Yes. Do you remember what happened? Arlen looks confused. I don't know, I had a feeling of deja vu since we arrived on this island. As if everything that is happening now has already happened. Are you a seer? No, I was human like you before. Now we're all condemned to this perpetuate a cycle. And it's my fault. But this time I know how to break it. This time I remember. Arlen stops and tries to take my hand in hers. But I have no existence in the physical world, not here, so far from the summit. Her hand passes through mine as if passing through smooth water. Arlen is overcome. It's not your fault, Rowan. Jennifer notices that Arlen has fallen behind and turns to wait for her. Arlen gives me a knowing look before jogging to catch up with Jennifer. So Jennifer was the one that was destined to become a seer in this timeline because I fucked up. When the light fails, they stop for the night near the cromlech. This time Arlen stays seated, her eyes fixed on the fire. When she is sure that the others are sleeping, she gets up and comes over to where I have stayed, watching from a distance. She addresses me to follow her to the cromlech. Startled, I follow her. So she gets taken rather than Jennifer. Ooh. The dagger. Arlen puts her hand on her stomach as if the pain of the blade piercing her flesh had returned in her memory. Jennifer. Everything is her fault, isn't it? I wouldn't say that. If we stop her before she reaches the summit. I don't know, Arlen. Jennifer is the plaything of the Seers too. We are interrupted by a light behind me, coming from the cromlech. Arlen, I have to hide. The Seers. Arlen smiles and nods. Do what you have to, I'll take care of the rest. The first gleams of sunrise are showing on the horizon. She's gonna get taken rather than Jennifer, I bet. There is a movement from the other side of the stone circle coming from the camp. Jennifer is coming towards us, but seems not to see us. Arlen strides into the cromlech. It is too late to flee. Without warning, everything changes. We are on a path which snakes up the side of a mountain. A thick fog surrounds us, transforming the midday sun into a pale white orb between the granite peaks. Jennifer is gone. Arlen turns to me. Rowan? What's happening? I think we're in Jennifer's trial. We hear the bleating of sheep upwind in the distance. We follow the path towards the sound of the flock. We arrive at a little stone house. I bet she has a kid. I bet she has children. Jennifer is sitting out front on a small bench. She is taking care of a lamb whose fleece is blood-stained on the flank. Jennifer watches us arrive. She smiles sadly at us. This is the day that my husband and my daughter went to the market. When they returned, they were feverish. I knew it. They died. 2 days later, they were dead. With gentle movements, she takes the long dagger, which rests on the bench next to her. Then, without a pause, she slits the lamb's throat. Oh my god. I am with Arlen right there. And Rowan's just like, it's whatever. The animal flails for a few seconds frantic before collapsing on its side. It too was destined to die. So she just has like a very negative outlook on life now. Jeez. It's not fair. And what if we could change our destinies? Rowan says. If we had the power. Arlen clenches her fists. Rowan's right, Jennifer. Nothing is inevitable. Jennifer says nothing. She watches us, her face bleak. Everything changes. The fog surrounds us again. Jennifer is gone. We grope our way through the cloying gray atmosphere, guided by a distant wavering glow. Jennifer smiles as she strokes the hair of a little girl who sits on her lap. Jennifer? She seems not to hear us, immersed in this moment of withered joy. Let's see what happens if I shake her. I catch hold of Jennifer's shoulder. Jennifer. Her gaze is blank as if we weren't there. Jennifer. I shake her harder. This isn't your child. This is an illusion. Arlen tries. Jennifer! Suddenly the child turns towards us. I knew it. She wears a wooden mask and antlers. Arlen is shocked but doesn't release Jennifer's shoulder. He calls to her again without success. In a fury, Arlen changes her strategy and tries to catch the seer by the throat to tear it from Jennifer's lap. Her hands pass through the child, who disappears, nestling into the shadow of the world. Jennifer has a glimmer of clarity. She sees us both, her empty hands drop to her thighs. Then everything changes again. A glacial wind wraps around us, driving away the fog. We're in front of the flame tree. Ooh! Oh, she looks sad. Above us, the branches of the tree block out the sky as if we had entered a scarlet bower. The waves of magical currents coming from the tree sparkle in the air with a metallic shimmer. On the other side of the cromlech, a group of seers watches us approach, motionless, in a silent space of the between two worlds. Jennifer sits next to one of the megaliths which form the stone circle. She holds her head in her hands. Arlen strides towards the flame tree. I follow her. The seers begin to strike the ground with their sticks, chanting their ritual incantation on their strange language, which sounds like the wind in the leaves and the rumbling of thunder on the heath. A pain in my stomach makes me stagger. This time no one is there to block our way. I lean on Arlen's shoulder as she guides me to the tree trunk. Nothing can shake her determination. Arlen plunges her hand in the trunk and rips out the ebony heart. The seers are suddenly hushed and they retreat to the edge of the circle. Arlen turns towards them, brandishing the beating heart of the flame tree. You are usurpers. She squeezes the heart of the flame tree with all the strength of her fist. It contracts and expands frantically as the blood-colored sap flows down Arlen's arm. We can almost hear the chaotic beating. I join her to help her break, and once and for all, the heart of the tree. There is a cracking sound, then another. The beats slow, weaken, until they cease. The seers are like shadows at the borders of the world. Arlen drops the heart of the flame tree, now lifeless, to the floor of the cromlech. There is a moment of uncertainty. The day becomes night, and the tree burns itself up in a storm of flames. Arlen looks into my eyes. She whispers to me, "We're free." So, Jennifer, Arlen, and Rowan survived, I guess. She takes my hand and guides me out of the cromlech, as the ashes of the old world drift down around us. Achievement unlocked. The crow takes flight. Achievement unlocked. Ashes to ashes. Achievement unlocked. Mouse will be fed. Freedom. Sailing with no captain. Gone fishing. Embers. Team spirit. Deadeye. so they have a tongue. Epilogue. Oh, is it epilogue? Ooh, let's try this out. I'm gonna try this. Oh, game. Oh. Nah. Okay, so. That was awesome. I really enjoyed playing that game. It sounds weird, but like this is what I kind of thought about while I was in class and stuff. Like, oh, I can't wait to play the next chapter of this game. I can't wait. And I really did enjoy that. This is my first time playing a visual novel, and I was not disappointed. I will be playing this in my spare time, but I won't be making any more videos on it because I encourage you to buy it yourself and play it. So, next Sunday, I will be starting a new playthrough of a new visual novel called Enigmarella. A friend of mine actually made that game. Well, she helped make it. So that's why I'm playing it. If you want to buy this game, I'll drop the link in my description, as well with my social media if you want to check that out. So I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be all for today. See you tomorrow.